What to do, what to do. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The old saying. If I answer that, I'll have to talk to him for a half hour. I'm not in the mood. I'll call him back a little later. I guess I'll make this a rocket. So this will be the last increment. The son of a bitch will fly high. Lots of fuel in here. I'm satisfied with that. Just making a black powder rocket, you guys. In my shop playing. Look at these tubes I got. They're junky tubes, but I found a way to ram black powder in them without splitting the tube. I stick it in something like this. I stick this tube inside something like this, so when I ram it, the tube won't burst. That's the way I found that helps me when I ram my rockets. Whoops, sorry, you guys. There we go. So now, I'll put a bulkhead in here. This is powdered clay. Now I got a bulkhead. Okay, it looks good. So now I'll drill out a nozzle. I can see black right there. Tells me that I hit the fuel. So this will be my nozzle. That's where the thrust will shoot out. And I think I want this to be a rocket that has a report on it. A salute. That means a loud boom, boom, boom. So I'm going to put something that blows up in there. But first I'll have to create a pass fire hole. So when the fuel's done burning, it'll pass fire to the explosive powder. So that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll start my glue gun up first. Let's get this glue gun heated up. Turn the glue gun on. That'll take a couple minutes to warm up. Now I want to get a pass fire hole in here. Looking for a sharp bit. That's as sharp as I'm going to get, I suppose. Actually, this is sharper. That's what I'll use. I'll use this small bit. Beautiful. Try to keep the hole nice and straight. I'm drilling a hole through that bulkhead that I just ran. That solid clay bulkhead. Trying to get a small hole in there. Reach through the bulkhead into the fuel. So when I put my flash powder in there, it'll be able to pass the fire. I think I'm going to put fins on this rocket. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll put fins and a launch lug instead of a stick. You should put like a white piece of paper out. The clay's white. Obviously the black powder's black. So if I start pouring dark onto this white piece of paper, I'll know that I hit the fuel. Something's funny. Normally, I have no problems. Well, we're not connecting for some reason. Probably on YouTube's end because I'm getting phone calls and stuff, so I don't know what the deal was there. Sorry. Nothing you could do about it, really. No, these are fins I just made out of popsicle sticks. That's all that is. I got a popsicle stick, basically cut it in half on an angle, and I'm just going to hot glue these fins on. And then I'll glue a launch lug on there, which is a straw. A straw. Son of a bee. Son of a bee. There we go. That'll be the launch lug. As soon as the glue gun heats up, I'll glue a couple fins on there. Maybe I'll draw some lines to get a reference point where I want my fins. One fin there. One fin there. Another one there. So now I have reference points where I'm going to glue my fins. There you go. Now I know where I'm going to glue my fins. As soon as this is hot enough, I'll put some glue on here and glue 4 fins on like so. I decided I'd make this a rocket. This is a 1/2 inch piece of tubing, but this is actually paper that I rolled. I rolled this paper myself. I buy tubes oftentimes, but oftentimes I'll roll it out of this water activated packing tape. Just roll it up, make your own tubes. Comes in handy. So let's see if we're hot enough. Oh yeah, it's good enough. I love glue guns. Make quick work of it. Actually, I'm not satisfied with that. I'm going to redo that. And that's another good thing about glue guns. If you don't like what you did the first time, you can take it right off. And do it till you get it right. And that's what I'm doing because I want this perfect. So I took the time to ram the rocket. I'm going to take the time to get these fins perfectly on here. I like that better. That one's better. That's good. That's good. Just like that, we have 4 fins on our firework device. Now instead of taping a stick to it, I hot glued these fins on. Fins work much better than sticks. They just do. Gives it a much straighter flight. This will go straight up. You know, why do you think SpaceX and NASA puts fins on their rockets? Because they work. So that's why I put a fin on here. Popsicle sticks are next to nothing. These craft sticks. I make my own fins. I'll just put a launch lug on there. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And there we go. It's a done rocket. Hey, Mopoke. Yo, buddy. How you feeling, buddy? I'm just keeping busy at the shop. You know, I'll talk to you guys and all that. I'm not going to concentrate so hard on the fireworks. But I figure I do two things at once. I'll rap with you guys and make devices at the same time. My friend, what's going on? I'm in a good mood today, Mopoke. I'm in a really good mood. I have spare time for myself today, and I'm going to enjoy every last second of it. So with my spare time, I figured I'd build a couple firework devices. Let's walk around and rap a little bit, my friend. Let me make sure I got everything unplugged. My name is Stale Shady. Influence Eminem. Influence me, Mopoke. Eminem influenced me to get that tattoo when I was 40 years old. Who gets a tattoo at 40, Mopoke? Richard does. Stale Shady does. I just made this rocket, my friend. Just made it. But let's take a walk. I got everything unplugged. I want to show you real quick. I made this rocket last night. That's 3/4 inch. I made this nose cone out of paper. I make these fins out of popsicle sticks. And that's just a drinking straw. I don't know if anybody ever shot them Estes rockets off model rocketry. Rather than gluing a stick to it or taping a stick to it, I put the fins on it. That's a guaranteed straight flight. Well, nothing's guaranteed in this world, but it's a good start. I'm making a fresh batch of black powder. That's what you see going on there. They're ball mills, and I'm grinding my chemicals to make a fresh batch of black powder. Want to see my doggy? That's him looking out the window. I'll try to hold the phone still. That's my baby looking out the back window. I already had him down the park and everything. It's a little hot for him. I don't want to take him out and make him run around and all that. Maybe when the sun goes down, we'll take him down the park. So, I'm glad you're here, my friend. It's always nice talking to you. There's a few other people watching. So I guess I'll build another device while we're here, you know. That was my plan anyway. I wanted to build the devices today. Yeah, I like that. Both these rockets. These both have flash powder in them. So when the fuel's done burning, when it reaches to the top, it's going to set off the flash powder. And flash powder is a loud bang. So both these rockets, they're not just going to fly, they're going to have a loud bang. This one has about 5 grams of flash powder in it. So that's a pretty significant boom. That's about equivalent to an M80. This one here. And this one's got about 1 or 2 grams of flash powder in it. Bigger than the firecracker, you know. So yeah, baby. I don't know when I'll set them off, but sometime soon. I made a fresh batch of flash powder. And these are some of the devices I built. When's the last time you saw a cherry bomb, huh? I even go as far as the magic marker and paint them. Gosh darn it, I keep knocking them over. There we go. I love that. I ordered a bunch of hemispheres from a paper tube company that they make hemis, and I'm gonna make a bunch of them. Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat. Let me show them to you again. Mopoke's my friend, one of my main subscribers, so you bet that I rap with him. That's my baby. He's looking out the back window. He's saying, Daddy, I want to come out in the yard with you, Daddy. I let him out in the yard with me, but then he's unhappy. I bring a drinking bowl out. I tie him to the lawnmower with a nice long retractable leash. You bet I love that dog, man. I love that dog so much. It scares me how much I love. That dog farts or sneezes the wrong way, I start worrying. So I guess everybody's that way, but I love that dog, man. And you know it, Mopoke. You know it, man. You comment on that, you bet I love that dog, man. I can't say it enough. I spoil them rotten. We all spoil our babies. So, all right, I'm going to make another device. But I will rap with you. I will talk to you guys. Anything you want to say, anybody? I'm trying to walk and chew bubblegum at the same time today. Let's make a small rocket, and I'll shoot it off right now. I can't shoot the bigger ones off. That'll freak out my neighbors. But let's make a small one, and we'll shoot it off right now. Why not? This is my small rocket tooling. That's a perfect fit. So, okay, let's make a small rocket. Cap off one end. Add the clay. Create a solid chunk. Now there's a solid chunk down here, and I'll drill that out when I'm done adding the fuel. Sorry. Put this away. This fuel I made up earlier. Ready to go. It's got a little titanium in it. That Roni mate. He's fixed. Wouldn't it be cool if we had a bunch of little Ronis running around, though? I like your idea. Let Roni mate with a female dog. That would be great, having a bunch of little Ronis running around, Mopoke. But, he's fixed. He's fixed, so. I don't know if I would have the time and energy for puppies, though, even if he wasn't fixed. But for everybody else, Mopoke's one of my main subscribers. He's there all the time for me. It's been there since the beginning. Mopoke knows me very well. He knows how I talk. What do I say all the time, Mopoke? I'll let you say it. How do I start my show out? What's your first words to me all the time? I'm ramming my first increment of black powder. Yo, 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 he's got it, man. See? Yo, yo, yo. That's how I start my show. That's my Philadelphia twang. Can't help it. I love you guys, man. You guys are the bomb. Adding more fuel to my black. As soon as I'm done this rocket, I'm going to shoot it off for you guys. Can't shoot the bigger ones off, but we'll shoot the small ones off. I made these ones last night. I know I'm repeating myself, but new people are watching. That's what they call a 1 pound rocket. It's 3/4 inch in diameter, inside diameter. That's a 1/2 inch rocket. That's a mortar. That's a spinning device, and that's a spinning device. These are some firecrackers I made. Look at that cherry bomb. You can't get cherry bombs anymore. 40 years ago. But guess what? Richard makes them. And I'm making a tiny rocket now that I'm going to set off when I'm done making it. What I'm doing, I'm ramming increments of fuel into this tube. And that's what I'm doing. Mopoke, yo, yo, yo. Roni has friends, Mopoke. He's even got a couple female friends, my doggy. But no baby Ronies yet. Or ever, because he's fixed. But maybe I'll get another dog someday, just so he has a friend, you know? So my son has a friend. I'll do that someday. We'll get him another companion around with. You know, we all need friends. That's why I'm kind of doing this, so I have friends like you guys. I always get the question, why don't you just put all the fuel in at once? You're my bro, and you're my bro too, man. Without a doubt. It's really nice having somebody to go back and forth with, and I could always count on you. I know you hear me talking about the whitewater kayaking thing all the time, Mopoke, and I have plans this weekend. I want to go down the river and show all my subscribers what that Lehigh River's like, the whitewater thing. So I'm pretty sure the weather's supposed to cooperate. I was watching the Weather Channel, and next Saturday's supposed to be like 85 and sunny. So I hope that works out, and we'll do something different, you know, something different than the fireworks and the dog. I'll take you guys down the Lehigh River, and I'll explain all the little cool spots where I pull over and all that. That'll be a fun live stream. That'll definitely be a fun live stream. Something different anyway, you know? So I'll be lighting this rocket off in like 5 or 10 minutes at the most. Hang in there, you guys. I haven't seen the professor in a couple days. He's probably en route His parents are probably taking him home from their vacation. You know who I'm talking about, Mo. Skeleton Boy. I hope he's all right. I'm sure he is. One or two more increments and we'll set this baby off. Actually, 2 or 3 more increments. It's good enough. Put a clay plug in there, drill the nozzle, and we'll shoot this baby off. Adding the clay to it. Let's draw out the nozzle. Put a stick on there, a fuse, and we'll light her off. Just in case anybody knew, this is a solid plug here that I just ran. That was the first thing I rammed. Now I'm going to drill out a little tiny hole, and that'll be my nozzle. I know that I'm into the fuel because I can see the darker color on my drill bit. So I know I'm into the fuel, but I'm going to double check it. I messed up my nozzle. This may not fly. The reason why I messed it up is because I broke it all off. But there still should be enough thrust to send this up. So let's put a stick on her and we'll fly her. There's a stick. Some tape. Little piece of fuse coming up. This should still fly. I'm fairly certain this will fly. Let me put the front camera on. I'm looking to see if the dog was still looking out the window. I might have had it distracted. He doesn't like these noises. But all right, we're going to fly this baby. I'm walking out with my little launch thing. It's bright out. You won't be able to see the sparks, but here we go. Pretty cool, huh? I can get away with that because it's not that noisy. I can't light my big ones off, though. And that didn't scare the dog or nothing. So that was perfect. The way it went over my house, it might have landed in my neighbor's yard. I'll have to look for it and clean it up. I'll go look over there in a little while and make sure I didn't litter my neighbor's yard. My neighbor's like a couple blocks away, but that's how far that rocket went. Are we in the mood for building today? Thank you, Mopoke. Mopoke says, let's go. I want to come up with a different name instead of saying Mopoke all the time. Why don't you think of a name I can call you like on a first name basis if you want. You don't have to. But if you want, like Bill, Steve, John, Bill, George, Harry, up, down, right, left, anything you want. Bust. Okay, we'll keep it at Bust. I like that idea. Short, simple, Bust. You got it, my friend. I like that idea. Got like a little chime to it, Bust has like a chime, like kind of like Stale Shady with Bust. All right. Like that idea. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. So let's just light stuff off, man. Why not? Why not? Let's light this tourbillon off. I'll do this. Oh, the problem with that is I lose the signal at the basketball court. I know what I'll do. I have a solution. I'll launch it off this table. You need a flat surface to launch these guys. Better yet, while the dog's not watching, I'll launch it right here. Let me explain to you what it is before I shoot it off. This is very small, but it'll be cool. What happens is I drilled 4 holes in that tube. It's full of fuel. 2 holes are going to push that device up into the air, and 2 holes are going to spin it. So this thing's going to spin around, and it's going to go up. Hopefully, if I did it right. So we'll see. A little windy today. That shouldn't matter. And what you're seeing there is that green fuse is going to go down to the white fuse, and the white fuse is real instant. That'll light all 4 vent holes simultaneously. So we got a flat surface, and here we go. As soon as I find my lighter. Here we go. Perfect. I like them. I could build them as big as I want, but I keep them small so I could do it right out back of my house and not freak my dog out. But that was perfect. Did you see how it spun first and then lifted up? So yeah, man. That was pretty cool, wasn't it, Bust? Richard plays with his fireworks. Let's light something else off while we're at it. I'll show you this next thing we light off. This is called a Saxon. I will explain. This tube has fuel in it. When I light the fuse, the first vent hole will burn, and it'll spin this way. And when that fuel is spent, this is a fuse at the other end of that fuel. It'll pass fire over to here. Now remember, it was spinning this way. but now the fire's shooting out from here, so it'll spin the opposite way. Well, I wasn't in front of the camera the whole time. Say it again. Fuel spins this way, passes fire, and then it spins that way. Somebody's in front of my house. My dog's barking. I gotta go find out what's going on, you guys. Hang on a second. What's the matter? Okay. Just lure him in. He's doing his job. Dog's doing his job. People are putting cable in front of the house. They're running camera security. Dog's barking. He's doing what he's supposed to do. You can't stop him. So she's in there giving him biscuits right now to shut him up. So, all right, let's get back to the Saxon. All right, this way I could watch. Make sure I'm explaining this right. All right. Fuel is rammed in this baby. And that vent hole is going to spin it this way when it burns. And if I did it right, when that fuel cell's done burning, it's going to go to this quick match, this fast fuse, and pass fire over to this vent hole. And then it'll spin the opposite way. So I just got to nail this onto something and we'll light her off. Why not, right? Right, Bust? My subscriber? The person who I'm in tight with? I feel like I know you. I feel like I'm sitting in your living room. Let me see. Ooh, I already got something ready. Hang on, I'll put my camera. And I'll get this ready. Is that pointing? Yes, that's pointing correctly. To set this up. There we go. Okay. All right, man. Let's do this. I'll tell you what's going on as it's happening. Should spin one way first. And pass fuel and spin the other way. And if you notice, there was two separate fuels in there. One had orange sparks and one had silver sparks. So that device worked perfectly. It spun one way like I said it would, passed the fire to the other vent, and then it spun the other way. And I had two different types of fuels in there. Thank you, Bust. I so appreciate you, man. You guys are great. And that wasn't too noisy, you know? Fireworks are meant for nighttime, but I figure while you guys are watching, why not, you know? Let's do this one next. Why not? We'll do this one next. This one's the same thing, but different. It has smaller motors, but the idea is it spins one way, and then when it passes the fire over to here, it spins the other way. So same idea, but different device. So let me screw this into its... Oh, I got to put a fuse in here. Put a piece of fuse in there. Screw it into a post and we'll set this one off. That's a Phillips head screw. I'm gonna need a Phillips head screwdriver. I should have one right here. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, boss. Boss says great. I feel good. I love the attention. Love the attention, you guys. I hear voices down the lake. I might have to wait a couple minutes. Whoops. I might have to wait a couple minutes. Those guys are kind of important. And maybe I shouldn't be lighting off fireworks, right? You know, they let me get away with stuff, but I don't want to do it right in front of their face. That's like kind of insulting. So I don't want to. I'll wait. They won't be there long. Looks like he's just telling the one guy what to do. They're cleaning up down the lake. They were cutting down trees yesterday. And they were cleaning the whole lake up. So I got to wait till they split. This is kind of like a retirement community where I live. You know, and that means like you don't want to make a lot of noise. I picked a retirement community to build fireworks. Bad spot to build fireworks. When I make the big ones, I walk down to these power lines that are about, I don't know, 15-minute walk from here through the woods. They got these high tension power lines. And that's where I set my big guys off at. Them big ass rockets with the big ass headers that are loud as all hell. You could probably hear them from here anyway, but they won't be able to trace it back to me. So, all right. So I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I want to do now. Annie, Taffy. How's it going, Annie? Hey, hey, hey. Love to live there, Annie says. It is nice, man. It is nice. I made a video today near my house, Annie, of this Lehigh Gorge Park where I live at. It's only like a mile or two away. And I love the 4th of July and all the people and how this town gets real crowded on holidays in the summer. But I also love when everybody leaves because my poor dog is afraid of crowds and loud noises. And that's what 4th of July is all about, crowds and loud noises. So it was fun for a while. But then when everybody went home, a couple stragglers, today's Tuesday, but most of the vacation people rolled out. And Roni and I, that's the whole thing. That's where this whole thing started. We got our town back. And it's just the people who live here full time. So the dog and I, we have the freedom and the solitude that we're looking for. I'm glad you appreciate all it because living in the woods, or like not everybody has that. It's the truth, man. I chose to live here for a reason. I used to live in Philadelphia. And after my folks went, I figured I'd go, it was either down the shore or someplace with vacation home, but definitely not Philadelphia. So I decided to Poconos, and thank you for the compliment because it is a nice place and I chose to live here. And I do feel blessed. I feel very, very blessed that I made the right decision to live in a rural area that's surrounded by trees and rivers and heavy woods, and I feel very, very lucky. Hey, Jeff. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, bro? I'll have to send you a private email one of these days. Living on an island. Well, this is your season. I'm under the impression that you're like somewhere near Boston or like Cape or Maine, and that's where you do all your work. That's where you do all your fishing and all your lobstering and stuff. It's your off season. I was wrong. Oh, you're in California, so I was way wrong. I understand, and I'll remember that. Oh no, Annie's in California. Sorry. Nova Scotia, Jeff is. Nova Scotia. Okay. Because I know that, the lobster, that's kind of cold weather. I think, right? Don't lobsters like cold weather? And I only fish in the winter. I understand. And Annie is from California. That's interesting, Annie. I'm paying attention. I'm trying to read what you guys are saying. So don't feel left out if I miss something. Let me tell you, I really appreciate everybody tuning in to me and all that. It means a lot to me. And Annie is one of my regular subscribers, and so is Jeff, and so is Bust. He's under the name Mopoke right now. But you guys are very cool with me, and I do appreciate it. I'm watching things on how to improve YouTube and be a better thing, and all they keep saying is just be yourself. The more you are of just yourself, the better off you'll be. Because if you sit there and try to put off some sort of persona, it doesn't work. And I think that's true, man. So I just try to be myself. I try to pretend that a whole bunch of people aren't watching, because I'm a shy person, believe it or not. I wouldn't be able to do this in front of actual living people, even though you guys are living people. But I just feel more comfortable talking to a phone. I go live, but it's always at a bar or work, laugh out loud. Yeah, that sounds like a cool place to go live, talk to people and stuff. I have a daughter in a wheelchair. She's only 9, but we do a lot of travel and stream that also. That's interesting, man. That's very interesting. I'm glad that you spoil her and give her the attention that she needs. That's important. So, you guys are living a full life the best you can. I thought you worked for yourself. I work for myself, though I am my own boss. Isn't that great? That's great, man. I used to love my job. Even though I worked for somebody, I felt like I was my own boss because I sort of had my own terms. But I'm retired now. And he says, what do you watch when you watch live? I don't know if you're talking to Jeff or me, but I'll answer it as if though you were talking to me. Jeff says he loves his work. I used to love my job. I was a plumber, but I did mostly service work. So I would walk around with a channel lock screwdriver and flashlight all day, drive up to people's houses and solve their problems. So that people would like to see me. I was there to solve their problem, and that was always nice. And I usually had like 5 to 10 stops a day, so I was always on the road. But that's great, man. We got a nice setup. It's got a kitchen and a bathroom and bunks. And you and your daughter do that, man. She's 9. She's just a young person. Boy, that sounds great, man. That sounds really good. I'm happy for you guys. I am. I'm happy for you. I love my doggy. My doggy's like my son. I know it ain't like your real blood and flesh and bones and all that, but I love my doggy. Me and my brother. Oh, me and my brother. Confusing. Go fishing. Still only one dog. Yes, Annie. Still only one dog. Bust. One of my subscribers prior to your conversation said I should let Roni mate. He says you should let Roni mate. And I was explaining to Bust that Roni's fixed. But I would love having little Ronies run around. That would be great, man. Who doesn't love baby animals like puppies and kittens and stuff, man? They're the bomb. So, yeah, still the one dog, Annie. But I watch your dog. You had 3 doggies. The last I checked, you had 3 doggies. So good for you. You got turkeys. Jeff says he got crows and turkeys. Wait, I don't know who's who now. And he says only the dog. No, I'm reading Jeff. I got cows and turkeys, Jeff says. Annie, also lots of dogs in the shelter. And Annie, one more thing. I live there and probably have 5 dogs. So you live at a shelter? I'm paying attention to you, Lobster, too. I'm trying to pay attention to both you guys. On an island, and we look out for ourselves. Wow, that really sounds interesting. And Annie, that sounds interesting. So one of you guys live at a shelter and Jeff lives on an island. How big's the island? Do you have electricity and plumbing? It's probably like an island like Wildwood or like in New Jersey or Ocean City where there's like a population there. Sometimes when people say island, you think like you're like the only people there. 4,000 people. That's pretty small. That's smaller than like what I'm used to, like Wildwood or Ocean City, New Jersey. They're probably in the millions, them places. So that's pretty small. That's interesting, man. So everybody knows everybody, Jeff. Know everything about Nova Scotia. That Nova Scotia, that's like a fishing town. It's like, when you think of that, it's like water. It's also a cold area. Your winters are cold. So that's my friend. That noise you just heard is one of my friends. But I'm not working today. Today's for Richard. I'm taking the day off. He wants me to, and I should go work, but I need the money. But I'm taking the day off. I am the most southeast point of Canada. That's what I thought. That's what I think. I didn't want to say it because I was on the right lines, Jeff. I was right. I was on the same page there. Nova Scotia. Isn't that where you guys have like them super, super high tides? Like the best tides in the world right there? What's that place called? Where the tide, it's like the most famous tide. When they talk about tides, they show that place. That's right near you. You know what I'm talking about. I just can't think of it right now. Yep, the Bay of Fundy. That's it. I knew it, man. Boy, isn't that in itself fascinating? The way them tides come in and out. I love stuff like that, man. The way the moon pulls on the ocean, and also at the Bay of Fundy, there's like another thing that kicks them tides into gear, like the way that the inlet shape is. So not only do you have like, Mother Nature with the moon and all that, but you have Mother Nature with the way that inlet is, and that's why them tides are like double than what they would normally be under normal circumstances. But the tide goes in and out fast. Wow, man, how fascinating is that? They're thinking about generating electricity there. You may or not be against that because that might be an eyesore. But those tides are so powerful. They're trying to come up with like an underwater generator for like sort of like green electricity. I saw a show about that. Riptides. Very interesting, you guys, man. Very, very interesting. So you guys you're having the same weather pretty much we are nowadays, except it's cooler. I care about that. I could care about that last laugh out loud. Yeah, I'm just having conversation, dude. I'm just trying to have conversation with you. Hey, you got your world, and you do what's important to you, and I could appreciate that. You don't pay attention to Trump. I don't pay attention to any politicians. I get into arguments sometimes because I don't vote. I think, we're screwed no matter what. And I don't want to get into this too much because I know some people get angry about that. But, yeah, I'm not thrilled with the way things are going. I don't know many people that are. But it could be worse, I suppose. I don't get. Yeah, so me and you think alike. but my voice is so small, I don't get involved and I don't vote. I agree with you, but I don't. I've gotten to arguments before where people didn't talk to me for like 2 weeks because I tell them I don't vote. So I'll just say it that last time. Same same man. We are same. If you live your life, it doesn't bother you at all. That's true. But I want to keep everybody happy at the same time. I like to avoid confrontation when at all possible. I've always been that way. I'll bend over backwards to avoid confrontation. And maybe that's right, maybe it's wrong. But at least I don't go to bed mad or anything. I'll say to myself, well, I said what I had to say, and I remain neutral, and that's the best I can do. I keep it all off my channel too. Cool. I gotta watch your channel one of these times, my friends. One of these times I'll watch it. I apologize for not watching it sooner, because I do look at my subscribers, and I do watch what they're into, and I try to pay attention to that the best I can. How's your YouTube growth? It's getting better. I'm almost up to 1,000 subscribers. You know how I'm weird with the superstition number things? Well, my birthday is September 23rd, and I'm up to 920 subscribers. So when I get to 923, September 23rd, I'm superstitious. That's going to be a benchmark for me. So I'm only 2 subscribers away from 923, September 23rd, 920. So I got, I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers, Jeff. And one of the benchmarks I set for myself was to get 1 million views with all my videos, and I'm very close to that. So then what happens? What happens after that? Nothing, right? Everything stays the same. But at least I know I met my benchmark, and I did it in a shorter time than I thought I could do it. The hours took me a long time. Back when I did it, I needed 100 subs. No, we get money. So if I reach 1,000 subscribers, I can get money. Even though I only do shorts, I'll look into it. I won't say no. I eat cereal 3 times a day, so I could use a couple extra bucks. I'm talking to you on a $50 phone. So yeah, but I'm not going to hold my breath or anything, but it would be nice, to say you make money off YouTube. I know some of these big shots, they make millions, but they have millions of subscribers, and they have millions and millions of views, and they have advertisement, and they have super, super duper equipment. And I'm talking on a hunk of junk phone. The only thing I invested so far was a light so I could talk to you guys at night. It's got like a clip on it. I stick it on top of my phone so I could chat with you all at night. But listen, man, if I start making a couple bucks, man, I'll get a nice setup. Maybe I'll talk out of some sort of office and have better equipment. But I really get my jollies out of doing what I'm doing now. It is like a part-time job, but it's not a job. It's fun. But it does involve a lot of work. But it's not work. It's fun. So, but it does involve a lot of your time and energy. That's a better way to put it. $100 a month. I want to read everything because this is interesting. Do you have a YouTube studio? Yes. I'll answer that. Studio is just an application, I think. Then Jeff says, I get about $100 a month. $100 a month, you can claim expenses. You can get tax back then. I get tax back from my trips. So at the rate I'm at, Jeff, I get if I'm on a good day, I'll get maybe 3,000 to 5,000 views on my shorts. So what kind of money could that generate at a penny a view? Not very much. Maybe 5,000 views at a penny a piece is $50. I'll take it. That's a couple bowls of cereal. That's a tank of gas. And I'll take it. But keeping 5,000 views a day consistently, man, that's time and energy too. That's a good number, though, Jeff says. Hey, listen, you're giving me inspiration. That's what I will help get you set up. Oh my God, will you help me, man? One of these times if you have time, you could maybe just give me some clues and get me started. Look for it, though. That's a good number. Okay, I read that already. Listen, you don't have to go out of your way, my friend, but I'd appreciate a little bit of help if I can get it. I think once I reach 1,000 subscribers, you are able to contact YouTube and actually talk to a live person. So that'll help. Even though, like, I'm a little tech savvy, I'm very clueless when it comes to certain things. Yes, for sure. Okay, thank you, man. Thank you. Honest to goodness, thank you much. I mean that. Really. So terrific, man. Makes me feel good. I hear my dog barking again. So, all right, man. You need 100 subs and 1,000 hours. I think I'm way past 1,000 hours. I think I am. No, just need to talk to anyone at YouTube. Just set it up on the app. All right, I'm listening. I want to say hi to the Yavi. What's up, Yavi? What's going on, my man? I'm in my shop doing my hobby. I make fireworks. It's like how I get my jollies, Yavi. The moon. All right, now we're getting some of my subs. They send you something in your mailbox and make you real, then you get a number in the mail. Boy, this really sounds interesting, Jeff. Yavi, I'll say hi in the moon and all that, but Jeff is telling me something that's important. Hi, the moon. You making your arts and crafts still? I'm doing my arts and crafts. Look what I did here, the moon. This is my arts and crafts. I got popsicle sticks and made fins for my rockets. So that's kind of arts and crafts. See, ain't it, the moon? Jeff says there's something in your... Okay, I read that. Hello, the moon. Oh, good, you guys are talking. Terrific, terrific, terrific. What a friendly place this is, man. I haven't had any bad experiences yet. Everybody likes everybody, man. What a cool place. This is why I look forward to this. I haven't had a bad experience yet, and I'm going to knock on wood, and I hope it stays that way. But so far, this has been nothing but fun. Fishing, this is the place to be. So terrific, you guys. I'm so happy. And Yavi says, bro's better than Beast. Mr. Beast, get out of here. That dude's the best in the world. Thank you for the compliment. My God. Man, that is such a compliment. But dude, that dude's the best, man. He gives away prizes. That was his shtick, that guy. You get a few nuts out there and then it makes the world go round. Yeah. Luckily, I haven't run into too many nutty people yet. What a nice compliment that was, though. I'm still going to soak that up a little bit, Mr. Beast. And there's a few people. Know what? Do you know who really deserves a lot of credit on YouTube? That's that show, Veritasium. That show is so interesting. I could watch every single one of his shows. The Veritasium dude. And it's educational. His knowledge is right on the money. He's correct in everything he says. And that dude, I'll give credit where credit's due. And that Veritasium channel is the greatest one on YouTube. It's not goofy like Mr. Beast, and it's not silly like me. We're joking around. That guy's serious, and he's very educational. Are you married? if you don't mind me asking, yes, I am married. I am married, and I don't mind you asking. My wife don't even watch me. Man. None of my family. I have two older sisters. Nobody even knows I do this. A couple of friends found me. One guy that lived in Philadelphia found me. I thought that was interesting. And I'm glad nobody pays attention to me because they would scrutinize me and criticize me. And I love my wife. I can't live a day without her, but she wouldn't like what I'm doing. She wouldn't approve. Jeff says same, laugh out loud. The wife doesn't watch. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to act the same if I knew she was watching. Again, you got to be yourself. And that's how people get good at this, I think, from what I understand. And the more you can just be yourself, the better off you are. And that's what I'm really trying, just to be myself. And that's another thing I wanted to mention while we're on the subject. Sometimes I feel like I have to go on every day or I might disappoint somebody. And then I have to force things out. And they ask me if I'm in a bad or good mood because it shows. It shows that I'm trying too hard and I'm forcing this happy attitude out. And it's better that I maybe not go on every day and be more genuine is my point here. Almost got 3,000 subs, Jeff has, and almost got 2 million views. God bless you, bro. Good for you. Very good for you. If I'm going to brag about something, I've only been doing this for the attention for about 4 months now. Even though I had the YouTube thing, I was showing off my fireworks 20 years ago. I've only been trying to get the attention and grow as a creator for about 4 months. So I haven't been at it long. I go to live in my barn and at the beach, and we had cell service here. I got to check out one of your live things because you sound like you live in a really cool place. No, not much bragging. While I'm sitting here patting myself on the back, I figured I'd throw it out there. Just patting myself on the back a little. And you guys pat me on the back too. Thank you. Matter of fact, when you guys compliment me, it makes me feel really good. And my head gets all swollen. I can't even walk through my front door. My head gets so big. But it makes you feel good, man. It makes me feel really good. Thank you. Jeff says I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much, man. My heart. Honest to goodness, it feels good. Now I'm getting all embarrassed. Am I turning red? Let me check on my ball mills. Checking on my ball mills. Do, 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 do. They're all spinning. That's the fresh black powder coming up. Jeff says, I made $16 the other night on here, and I felt like that was Mr. Beast guy. I made $16 the other night on here. I felt like that Mr. Beast guy. Oh, okay. I get it now. I get it. It made you feel important. I think that's what you meant. Hey, man, if I even make a single dollar off this someday, that's going to change my attitude. That'll inspire me to try even harder if I start earning money off this. So, it's something to look forward to, you know? I feel like I got a lot to talk about. I was live like this and people sent me money. How about that? That's interesting, Jeff. If somebody wants to send me money, I'll take it, but I'm not asking for it. maybe if I have to someday, maybe if my dog gets sick and I can't afford the veterinarian, I'll ask you guys. But no, listen, no, forget it. I forget I even said that. But just talking to you guys and all. And if I make a couple bucks on the side, that'd be great. You talk chat. I feel like it's not fair for you. You talk chat. You don't even gotta ask. Interesting, my friends. You don't even have to ask, man. That is so interesting. You probably have to give out like details about your life, like your address and stuff. I'm a little nervous about that. They say like you have a good day and $4. They say, money isn't far off for you. Money isn't far off for you is what I say. Okay. And I trust what you're saying. Because you have more experience than me and I believe you. Boy, wouldn't that be nice just to do that someday? I can't even imagine it. But that would be nice. And that'd be something I could take to my wife and my family. Because when I tell them that I live stream and stuff like that, they don't laugh right in my face, but I could tell that they're laughing behind my back. They think I'm a nut. But that'd be nice if I come back someday and say, yeah, well, I made $50 last month, you know? So go screw you, you know? I don't mean to say it like that, but super chats. I heard of that, super chats. No, you don't set. I'm going to read this. No, you don't set up bank info, YouTube, and they take 40% still. Oh, so YouTube has all your information. And then super chats, I heard of them. And then I have been eating, and someone sends $40 and said, get drinks. How about that, man? You know, I guess if people are out there and they like what you're doing and it doesn't, and if there's no skin off their back, you know what I'm saying? I can see how that can happen, Jeff. You know, you're sitting there doing your thing, you're making them happy, and they have extra bucks and they float it your way. It makes them happy. It makes you happy. Wow. This is getting better and better the more I talk to you. That's right, Jeff says. Wow, my goodness gracious. Man, I think I feel good now. When them days ever come, I'm going to really feel good. A lot of yous have made money on Bitcoin or something. I watch a lot of that cryptocurrency stuff also. How about that dog, the Shiba Inu? There's like a cryptocurrency named after a dog. I should make Roni cryptocurrency. Roni stocks up, Shiba Inu stocks down. Oh boy. Now I'm dreaming. There are a whole bunch of folks who give money to streamers. How interesting is that? How interesting is that? All right, well, I'll put it out there, man. Good old Richard is eating 3 bowls of cereal a day. Barely could afford to drive to the store because he's always out of gas. No, I'm not. I'm joking, you guys. I'm doing okay. But listen, if you got tons of money and want to send me money, once I'm set up on YouTube, I won't say no. No joke, Jeff says. Set up a wallet and put it in your info. I'm live streaming, hon. And one guy who has a lot of experience is telling me how I'm gonna set up the money thing. So I'm very interested in talking to him. My wife just came. It's beautiful out. She's getting out. maybe I should pay attention to her right now. But Jeff, listen, I want to get back into you with this one of these times, man. If you have Silver Fox watching my stuff, you will clean up the Silver Fox. Listen, I want to get back into this big time, big time. So maybe when we both have time, we'll get back into it. But I'm gonna do the right thing and pay attention and see what she needs right now. But listen, I'll talk to you guys later. All right, man. Thank you so much. It's been real nice talking to you all. I appreciate it.